section of businesses operating in Kenya are at risk of being fined millions of shillings for tax evasion. This comes after the Kenya Revenue Authority announced that only 186,566 businesses had onboarded the eTIMs system against a target of 915,000 businesses by the taxman in their drive to increase revenue collection in the country. And as Jimmy Mbogo now reports, tax penalties are not the only risk that these businesses face.
You will not be eligible for any tax refunds if you do not onboard your businesses or service onto the eTIM platform. This is Kenya Revenue Authority's warning to business owners who are yet to get onto the eTIM platform with the March 31st deadline fast approaching. There are 728,434 enterprises that are yet to comply with this directive out of the 915,000 enterprises targeted with only 5 days to the March 31st deadline.
For those who are not issuing the same, then that expenditure that they have incurred to transact, probably have bought goods or have procured some services and have not been given an eTIMs or TIMs receipt, then come the end of the year when I'm doing my annual returns, I'll not be able to declare or have those as deductions as part of my expenses if they are not eTIMs or TIMs invoices.
In addition, there's some kind of non-fine inconvenience, because if you don't onboard also, it makes it difficult for you to do business with other business entities, because if you don't give them an eTIMs invoice, then they are not able to encourage business with you, because it might result in them also losing when it comes to taxes when they're doing the income tax returns.
The failure of businesses to enroll onto the platform, which seeks to avail all transactional information to the taxman, has seen the KRA fail to achieve its intended target of 60 billion shillings in revenue mobilization, collecting only 25 billion shillings. At the same time, KRA has recorded an increase in the number of new PIN issuance through the drive.
But the 26,000 that are using the simplified solution, what we've noted is that most of them are actually new PIN registrations. That means they did not have PIN before, but with this implementation, they've had to formalize the operations and get PIN and generate invoices through the system. We've had some of the retail outlets being very instrumental in having taxpayers on board and formalizing their business operations, so that even the ones who are providing, for example, vegetables, tomatoes in our supermarkets are actually on board eTIMs right now.
eTIMs is a software solution developed by the Kenya Revenue Authority for taxpayers to electronically invoice their customers and keep track of the transaction. The onboarding process for eTIMs began on September 1st, 2023, targeting all taxpayers doing business, including those who are not registered for VAT, non-VAT taxpayers, but fall under the income tax bracket. The Kenya Revenue Authority has further guided that businesses that do not onboard onto the eTIM platforms by the 31st of March this year could risk facing a penalty of double the amount of taxes evaded. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.